Hello, guys. So, today I brought you another good story of the Bible from John chapter 8. Yes, from John chapter 8, I brought another really good story that you can take into your life. So, let's read it, shall we? The woman caught in adultery. Then each of them went home. That part is unrelated. That part is from chapter 7 verse 53, so just ignore that part. Chapter 8, verse 1. While Jesus went to the Mount of Olives, early in the morning, he came again to the temple. All the people came to him, and he sat down and began to teach them. So, Jesus, uh, after Jesus went to the Mount of Olives, early in the morning, he came again back to the temple and then started preaching. And then verse 3 says, the scribes and the Pharisees brought a woman who had been caught in adultery. If you don't know what adultery means, adultery could be defined as many things. It could be uh, is known as a mortal sin, it's a sexual sin. Adultery is like cheating, lust, homosexuality, those stuff. And making her stand before all of them, they said to him, Teacher. Now, teacher here refers to Jesus. This woman was caught in the very act of committing adultery. Now, in the law of Moses, commanded us to stone such women. Now, what do you say? They said this to test him. So the Pharisees brought this woman in front of Jesus, and then they asked, they said to the woman, they said to Jesus that this woman was caught in the very act of adultery. They did this to test him. We will see why they tested him. So they might have some charge to bring against him. Now the Pharisees did not like Jesus, so they were testing him to uh, bring a charge against him. Then Jesus bent down and wrote with his finger on the ground. When they kept on questioning him, he straightened up and said to them, let anyone among you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her. Now, verse 6, in verse 6 says, Jesus bent down and wrote with his fingers on the ground. Now, what was he writing on the ground? I discovered this from another YouTuber. Let's turn to Exodus. Let's go to Exodus. And in Exodus chapter 31, verse 18, it says, when God finished speaking with Moses on Mount Sinai, he gave him two tablets of the covenant, tablets of stone, written with the finger of God. As you know, Jesus is God. So Jesus literally wrote the law. Amazing. So now here one of the laws is thou shalt not commit adultery. Jesus was writing that law down with the fingers. That's what I found out. Let's continue. Let anyone among you who is without sin be the first one to throw stone at her. Now they said you have to stone her. Let anyone who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her. And just guess what happened after that. Uh, and once again he bent down and wrote on the ground. So he was writing the law. When they heard it, they went away one by one, beginning with the elders. See, only Jesus is perfect. They all have committed sins, and they went away one by one, starting with elders. And Jesus was left alone with the woman standing up, standing. before him. Jesus straightened up and said to her, "Woman, where are they?" Now they referred to people who condemned him. She has no one condemned you? She said, "No one, sir." And Jesus said, "Neither do I condemn you. Go away, go your way, and from now on do not sin again." Now, what can we take away from this story? Well, the Pharisees were trying to test Jesus. The Pharisees were trying to test Jesus with this woman to bring a charge against him. They were testing Jesus. Now, what can we take away from that the same thing that devil does? Devil tests Jesus when we sin. When we sin, devil asks Jesus, "What is this man doing? Is he really a child of you?" The devil always tests Jesus, but Jesus won't give in to that. Let's go to the other part. So Jesus said, "Let anyone among you who is without sin be the first to throw a stone at her." So what does that mean? That means that we shouldn't judge people wrongfully. We should judge rightfully. What does that mean? We should judge people rightfully concerning something. If we are concerned that someone is not saved, they are unbelieving, then we can rightfully judge them and be concerned and preach the gospel. That's amazing, right? And if you have done sin, never judge people wrongfully. Remember that. And also the next part which says, "Neither do I condemn you. Go away, and from now on do not sin." That means we should always forgive like Jesus. Jesus forgave this woman, and we should always do that. And that's the story. So three lessons we can take. Do not test Jesus. Yes. Do not judge people wrongfully. And three, forgive people. There you go. And bye, subscribe, and Jesus loves you.